Okay, and check. All right. Welcome to today flight. Today we are gonna perform the flight that I consider at least one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful flight in the world, which is Lhasa to Kathmandu. In my opinion, Lhasa to Kathmandu is even better. Actually, it's way better than Kathmandu Lhasa. We're gonna see. A couple of reasons. I just think the departure from Lhasa is way more interesting, and the arrival of Kathmandu is way more interesting compared to the opposite. So, we are flying a couple of stuff. So we are flying the Dracair livery today. That's because I didn't check honestly, but yeah, I have to move this plane anyway. So because there is no livery for the Fenix V3, so version 3 of Himalayan airline, but in the reality, the only airline that does this flight is Himalayan airline. Indeed, we are gonna use Himalayan call sign anyway, so this is fine at least. Yeah. Wow, I don't like this at all. So this is the flight. We are gonna talk about departure pretty soon. This is okay, the direct path to the flight. So, couple of things immediately. This is the planning. So, Lhasa to Kathmandu as an alternate. I selected a classical airport here, which it's Chaudhary, whatever it's called. That's because every time we fly in this area, that is completely well, we could have gone to Kolkata, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it this. Kathmandu classical minimum VFR condition. I never saw Kathmandu with VFR condition since I fly in this area, to be honest, but whatever. Kathmandu doesn't have an ILS approach. We have an RNAV approach. And as you can see, yeah, we are in Indian Plateau, so that also is synonym of foggy. As you can see, in all India, at least in this overview here, there is no airport in VFR condition, particularly in our area. Suitable alternate. Every single airport is in IFR condition, but this one here have a category 3 Bravo approach, an ILS category 3 Bravo, which means that we can use autoland. Kolkata, yeah, they have it there, of course, but this is closer. This is not maybe not the best because, yeah, this plane belonged to PAR, of course, so this is probably definitely closer. But whatever, I don't think we're gonna have any problem, to be honest. Plane in real life are landing in Kathmandu, so yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna start the plane, then I'm gonna show you what we do expect today. Well, long story short, we're gonna have a very interesting departure. I'm gonna explain that soon. And then classical, when you go from Lhasa to Kathmandu, you pass from this valley, and this stuff here is this one specifically is Mount Everest. So we're gonna have a view of Mount Everest if there is not much clouds, but it's pretty high, so usually it's visible. Yeah, let's get in and let's start preparing. There was an update, a hotfix from Fenix when I launched I always check the launcher when I have to fly the Fenix. Yeah, there was a classical 200 megabyte update. Okay, nav light. So apparently they completely fixed the problem with the loader. Let's see. Even today, if everything works fine. Yeah, this is of course wrong because we are not flying real time. Load fast. Let's see this. Okay, it's working. Perfect. All right. FMC. Init request. init requests. Flight number is Himalaya 755. Cost index is 12. And flight level, this is already interesting, it's flight level, okay, I can't see it here, but yeah, from this page, yeah, 361. That's because, of course, we are flying in China. So the initial part of our flight will be in China, and as you know, in China they use meter. This, 31,000 feet correspond to basically 11,000 meters of altitude. So that's it. All right, wind request. Okay. Nice. All right, so we have to talk about departure now. This is a very unique departure. I'm gonna show you what they do in real life. I have here for you the real, can I close this? No. I have for you here the real flight that happened, when was this? This was, 3 days ago. Tomorrow there will be the flight, as you can see, 28th of October. So what we will do now is just, since there is no wind, I checked in Lhasa at least, there is no wind. So we're gonna do this procedure, even if they are, maybe they are landing in this direction, I don't know. But whatever, there is nobody around on VATSIM, so it's completely fine for us to do it. So look at this. So basically, they take off, they follow the valley, and then at some point they turn left. And this is due, this is a visual departure. This procedure is not present in any charts. If you check, I can show you. Maybe should I show you? Yeah. Well, there is one interesting departure, to be honest, but we're not gonna do it. Okay. Yeah, let me show you this. Okay, open let's view. Yeah, I have to connect the iPad as always. All right. Connect. Okay. Yeah, just to give you an idea of which kind of departure we have available in Lhasa. Okay. So, if you go to SID, Standard Initial Departure of Lhasa Airport in Navigraph at least, you will gonna end up having this one here, which is, here you have two departures, Delta Mike 01 Delta, as you can see, it's basically a straight ahead until this NDB, or you do have the Ikubi 1 Delta, again, departure, which is takeoff, and then turn, and then to Ikubi. Wow, this is pretty optimistic in my opinion. Well, okay, above, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, the other chart is basically, yeah, it's very similar to be honest. But as you saw in real life, at least this flight doesn't do it. I can confirm you this. I checked this flight. I won't say many times, but yeah, sometimes of course when I delete the sim. Yeah, it's like that. So they took off. They take off. Yeah, they took off actually. This flight was from a couple of days ago. Okay, this is the rolling. This is the takeoff, and then they follow the valley visual because as you saw, there is no procedure. For the valley visual, and when they are high enough, they're gonna start turning exactly. So let's see a little bit of telemetry, which we do have. Okay, takeoff, as you can see. Okay, this is not the altitude of the airport, but whatever is the first telemetry that we do have, altitude reference. Continuing, turning on the turn, 15,000 feet. Keep going, and look at the speed as well. Ground speed 179. This is very slow. On the turn 250. I remind you we are very high, so our ground speed is way higher from our indicated. That's also mean that they are going pretty slow indicated wise. accelerating, and at, oh, look at this teleport. This is not that good, but around 23,000 feet, they're gonna start turning toward the destination. And we are talking about this valley here. So the altitude of the airport is 11,000 feet. Let's say 12,000 feet, which is more simple. Look at this, 70,000, 16,000. So that can take a while. I can tell you, let's see. GPS. Okay, this is 20 miles. So 20 miles to climb 10,000 feet. It's not bad, I mean, to be honest. This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take off, follow the valley, which is this valley here. This valley here, turning, and continue climb until we are above 23,000 feet, and then we're gonna go direct to the next waypoint, which is Romeo Kilo Zulu. It's Romeo Kilo Zulu. I can set it up here. There we go. So this is a VR, yeah, I guess, yes. And so yeah, this is the plan. The point is, again, that we are very high. The performance of the plane is really bad. You will see that clearly. Yeah, you will definitely see how badly will be how bad will be our climb performance, how much we will struggle. That's why we need to do. That was a direct path, but maybe it will be around 30 miles, 35 miles just to climb 10,000 feet. We're gonna really struggle on the initial climb. But yeah, that's it. So classical, as you know, we are very high, so ground speed is way higher of indicated. The performance of the plane is bad, of course, due to the altitude. External temperature is 10 degrees. It's not even that cold, to be honest. So yeah, this is the plan. I'm gonna do a quick briefing before takeoff. But yeah, overall, this is what we expect. Starting APU, we finish the boarding. Alright, let's do this. We are also, I guess, today at maximum takeoff weight, because yeah, usually when you add extra fuel, no, we are 1 tons below, which is good. Okay, so the altitude of Lhasa, it's 11,700. So let's sync this. 11,000. Okay, 1022. 1022. Okay, oops, 22. 1022 there, of course. All right. APU starting. We do have a flight plan. We don't really care about this discontinuity because we're gonna fly visual and then go direct to Romeo Kilo Zulu. Okay, we're fully loaded. Of course, classical unrequired connection. All right. APU is running, and we need to calculate performance. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Departure, so 28 left. Yeah, that makes sense. 28 left. Let's sync everything. Force Toga packs. Yeah, we should take off with packs off, but I will not remember to switch them off. So, all right. Yeah, we need a couple of information. Actually, we just need. Okay, wind is calm. Temperature is 90 degrees, and QNH is 1022. Calculate 143, 143, 151. Look at the flex temperature. It's so low again because we are very high. We have a 4,000 meter runway today, so it's very long. But due to the altitude, indeed, yeah, we just have a flex of 25 degrees. 143, 145. Sorry, 143, 147, 151. Same to MCDU. And we need to initialize weight. Okay, there we go. Okay. Initial climb, we said 23,000 feet, which is our turning point. Constraint, I'm gonna turn it on, but yeah, we don't really have constraint. We don't really have a flight plan, as you can see. Yeah, we're gonna take off with heading, of course. I can do it now, I guess. No. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Okay. Ready for push and start. Transponder. Alright, let me just see if anyone is here. Nobody's here. Alright. Let's go. As always, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Again, I will do another quick brief of the departure, since it's very complex. I mean, it's not very complex, but it's a visual departure when we are holding short. Start pushback, release parking brake. I forgot chokes, I forgot everything basically. Okay, I forgot ground power unit as well. But it's fine. If you bleed. Let's turn this on. Okay, nice. Starting number 1. Let's go. Let's hear the roar. Is it starting? No. Oh boy. Of course it's not. Okay, let's go. Okay. Let's hear this. Yeah. Wouldn't be that realistic in English. I guess they do it in English anyway. Wow, this scenery is so... Ooh. Lucky makes that. Did we trigger? No. Please pay attention to illuminated. Okay. I wanted to check. No, okay. I thought there was a plane. All right. Number 1 started. Starting number 2. Yeah, I have this scenery is so offset compared to the real. Yeah, this is a custom scenery, of course. To the real position of the airport. We didn't get any offset on the arrival last time though. Wow, super high volume. Yeah, I'm gonna lower, of course. Ooh. Yeah, always so beautiful. Especially the A319, so since we are very close to the engine, we're gonna have a nice sound of it. Okay. Alright. Lower the volume here. Alright, so let me go here, let me remove a couple of company message. Now we're gonna expect a long taxi because we are completely on the opposite part of the airport. But whatever. Okay. Makes sense to take off from here because we are gonna go more in a direction to our destination, which helps, of course. Okay. AP bleed off, AP off, taxi light. This, flaps. Let me see, performance here. Flaps 1. Okay. And we never did this flight in live because last time we did it with the Sichuan airline, but then I went from Lhasa to Chengdu, whatever it's called. Predictive wind shear. Okay, this is fine. Max. Here, taxi lights are on already. It's shutting off. Brake release, let's go. Look how much power we need to move due to the altitude. This is of course one of the highest airports in the world. You know, the highest area in the world is, of course, Bolivia, our airport-wise, even though I guess we checked this and the highest airport is in China. I remember something about that. I can't trigger the heading. Okay, let's keep straight ahead. Yeah, we have a bad scenery offset, by the way. Wouldn't be great to be on VATSIM now with a controller watching us, completely toxic in random areas. Okay, now we are almost in a taxiway too. Okay, this lateral. Yeah, it's a little bit out of position in one of the axes, but not this. This is fine. Takeoff config norm. Slow down. So all the way down here until until the Alpha 7. We're gonna use all the runway again, of course. And again, we're gonna do another briefing when we are right on the old short. I remind you, this will be a visual approach. We are in one of the most exclusive airport in the world. We are at Lhasa, 11,700 feet of altitude. And we're gonna do a visual approach following a valley, which is done in real life. Look at the terrain situation around us. Pretty interesting. Let me turn this on system 2. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, look at that. And today we're gonna see Everest as well. Look at that. Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, it's exactly the valley, the first low valley to the east of Everest, in which we're gonna cross. And again, probably we are gonna have some direct stuff, so we're gonna see Everest even better. Yeah, what we need to do someday is like bringing here some, probably a military plane, something very exotic, and go to check around. But you need a really good military plane because you are very high. I mean, MB339 performance at this altitude, I mean, it's okay, of course, but yeah, not great. You need like a, yeah, there is the MB346. I tried recently, but was a little bit, yeah, at least for me, I was struggling to use it. Okay. Look at this building here. What the fuck? Yeah, of course they're gonna have some military airplane here in Lhasa. Wow, look at that. In real life, I mean. Wow, maybe this is a military part of the airport. Look at that. Okay. So toward there, at east there is China, of course. And to the south there is India. Actually from here there is not India, but there is, yeah, there is Bangladesh. Yeah. There is Bangladesh. Okay. So next, no, it's not the next one. Okay, not the next, but the one after. I don't even know if there is the intermediate one. Wow, look at that, all military. Probably these are old buildings. I guess this was just, I mean, as many airports actually, this was just a military airport, and now they have a, look at that, yeah. Helicopter in the scenery, hangar here. Wow, cool. I don't like static plane, of course. Imagine if I want to park here, what the fuck. Something that I don't really like. I mean, it's a nice touch, of course, but yeah, if you fly VATSIM, not really. Come on. A long taxi here. Almost there. Oh yeah, there is the interception. Yeah, but we're gonna use all the runway, of course. You want to use the more runway you can in departure like this, even if we don't need it at all. But yeah. Actually, as you saw, that the rate is not great today. It's just flex 25 degree with 9 degree on ground. It's night on top of that. Here, of course, we have daylight, but it's actually night here. So we do have weather data of, temperature of night situation. So during day, even for an A319, yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, you can go lighter, of course. This taxiway, I don't even know it. Oh, it's not really a taxiway. It's incredible that they have the... Oh, I don't know how it's called this in English. Wow, I never... The wind indicator on the map is right there, too. Okay, here we are. Now we're gonna do a quick briefing again of the departure. And then we're gonna go. So speed... Yeah, we're gonna see about speed. Also about engine power. Okay, now we're gonna set up... we're not gonna climb on maximum continuum thrust. We're gonna set up climbs mode. Okay, strobe on. That's all short. Come on. Okay. There we go. Look at this place, by the way. Alright. Parking brake set. So again, we are right here. We're gonna take off, following the valley. So we're gonna turn right here, enter this valley there. Also, just to let you know, Lhasa City is here, so yeah, it's pretty far from the airport itself. When we are above 33,000 feet, we're gonna go direct to Romeo Kilo Zulu. Speed. So we saw that the real flight was going pretty fast, to be honest. 327 on the ground speed. So I guess they were going direct to 250 knots, to be honest. But yeah, not above that for sure. Okay. Brake release. Parking brake release. Runway turn off on landing lights and takeoff lights. On. Look how much power we need to move. Again, this is due to the high altitude in which we are. Also in the Fenix is very well simulated, of course. Temperature variation, altitude variation, the plane's gonna definitely behave very differently. And one thing I forgot is the trim. It's up 0.6. Luckily, I just remembered it. Okay, look at that. So, this is the valley we need to follow. So, take off. And then we're gonna turn right, entering this valley here. And following it until we are above 33,000 feet. And this is the real... Again, this is a real flight. Maybe you don't know, maybe you don't, but this is a real flight. This is the path of the real flight. Okay. Also here is strange because you see the plane kind of teleports, so I'm not even that sure that they could have extended even more. But yeah, we're gonna use 23,000 feet as a reference. Okay, let's go. Parking brake is off. ATC is off. Alright, let's go. 50%. Okay, I can have a rating. Okay, let me set up a rating. Nice. Alright. Brake release. Manflex SRS. Auto thrust blue. Wow. Look how long will be the rolling. Look already the difference. 80 knots of indicated, 100 knots of ground speed. B1. Rotate. Alright, positive rate, gear up. Wow. Oh my god. There we have Lhasa Airport. Say goodbye. Oh my god. Wow. What a... Yeah, I mean, there's not even really word to describe it. This is just... yeah, just totally out of any logic. Never climb. Trust climb. Okay, so definitely we want something different on the speed. Okay, speed 200 knots for now. Okay. I'm gonna manual fly the plane. Wow. Just incredible. So we have to enter that valley there. We already see it. We are doing fine. Look how the plane is struggling to climb. That's what I told you before. So flight director, we ignore the flight director for the moment. For the lateral navigation at least, not for the vertical. I can set up a heading. Actually. Yeah, but it's gonna take forever. No, okay, no care. Okay, let's turn. Start turning here. I feel pretty heavy, the Phoenix. I don't know if I have the right setting. Let me give a check. Yeah, I do have the right setting. Perhaps because we are very high. Let's see this turn. Look at this. Well, okay, we have to enter that valley there. Okay, let's go. Okay, this Regard, of course. We have visual on the terrain. Speed check. Flaps up. Alright, wow, look at this. Look at the airport there. We took off from runway 28 left. Shut up, man. Okay, continue turn. Why we are overshooting? Yeah, because we have to climb, of course. Okay, let's go back. Always disregard. This is obvious. We can accelerate to 110 knots. Alright. And we are into the other valley. Alright. 16,000 feet. Continue following this valley in front of us until we are above 23,000 feet. Okay. Wow. So you look at the airport to our right. Okay, climbing. Can I sync the heading, please? Can I sync by pressing? No. Well, in the Airbus you can auto sync the heading. Very interesting. Yeah, I want to turn on the autopilot so we can check. Okay, autopilot on. So we can enjoy a little bit the surrounding. Let me set up a heading. Alright. Look at this. And again, this is the real operation, I mean the real procedure they do, at least Himalaya airline, that they have to go to the southwest to depart from Lhasa. Look at this incredible view. Look at the airport. We took off from this runway. Wow. And we're gonna have the city of Lhasa right in front of us pretty soon. So as you can see here in Volanta, there we go. We are matching. This is what we are doing. And this is the real flight. So we're doing pretty good. Almost 20,000 feet. Ground speed looks also quite correct. Okay, I'm gonna turn a little bit to the right by 5 degrees. Look at the bridge there. Wow. Look at this. Just outstanding. Ooh, look at that peak. Very high stuff. That is not Himalaya, of course. That is Kwangmo-Ganze, 23,000 feet high. 20,000 feet. Okay, I'm gonna keep. Oh wow, look at Lhasa. That's the city of Lhasa. That's the famous temple of Lhasa. Do they have this? Wow, this bridge here. Incredible. Chinese. I guess we're gonna overfly Lhasa. I'm gonna maintain this heading just for the show. I would have turned a little bit to the left, but yeah, let's go to check Lhasa. At least let's get closer in enough. Wow. Full of bridges. Very huge. Oh, look at that as well. Oh my god. Okay, 22,000 feet. We could turn to the left. I'm gonna accelerate a little bit. Yeah, in 1,000 feet basically. Okay, continue climb, of course. Alright. Yeah, we're right over Lhasa now. So we extend a little bit the procedure. And this is a stadium. Wow, what? Yeah, of course they... Wow, incredible. Do they play football here at 11,000, 12,000 feet? And this is Lhasa Temple. Very cool. Okay, 23,000 feet. And we can go direct to Romeo Kilo Zulu. Let's go. Okay, this can goes off. Incredible. Wow. Well, I'm wondering what this is. Look at that. That reminds me of an airport, by the way. The runway, maybe. I mean, taxiway. Ah, wow, it was an airport. It's full of helicopter stuff here. Look at that. Is this stuff here? So it's something really aviation related. Okay, standard pressure. Wow, look in front of us of those mountains there. I wanted to check this. Oops. Wow. Yeah, the Lhasa temple is right there, right below us. Oh my god. What a departure. Yeah, as I told you, in my opinion, this is one of the best flights in the world, by far. If not the best flight in the world. Especially Lhasa to Kathmandu. It's better than Kathmandu to Lhasa, again, for me. Wow, 50 knots of wind, by the way. Okay, so now I guess we can definitely accelerate a little bit, 250 knots. We are still completely surrounded by high altitude elevation, of course. So I wouldn't be that confident. We want to climb. Yeah, this is all helicopter landing area. And I guess this is a small runway or something like that. Maybe, maybe not. Let's gain some speed here. Alright, say goodbye to Lhasa, which is not really visible anymore. Oops. Yeah, it's right there. Wow, look at that. Yeah, we definitely have to go to explore Tibet one day. I went already with the TBM long time ago. I'm going around Tibet a little bit. But yeah, I want to go like with a, I wouldn't say an F-35. But something very, very powerful, very fast. Okay. So, actually, let me see this. Wow, look at our procedure. Again, this is our procedure. and this is the real flight, which probably here got disconnect somewhere. I mean, we don't have transponder and telemetry data. As you can see, there is a kind of a teleporting. So yeah, probably was something very similar to this. Then, okay, continue climb. Let's climb to 26. Okay, flight level 361. Because we are in China, it's 11,000 feet. All right. And this is just the beginning. Now, yeah, I don't want. Okay, I was checking for a direct. We can go direct to. Well, actually, yeah, we can go direct to Nonim. But I want to extend a little bit because I want to check those mountains here. I want to go as closest as we can. And this is just the beginning because the next nice, interesting mountain we are gonna meet is none other than Mount Everest itself. As I told you, when we're gonna enter Nepal, we're gonna be very close to Everest. So, wow, look at this place. Incredible. I mean, this is like, for me, Tibet is the closest area to another planet we have in planet Earth. Look at this place. Look at those peaks. And many of those peaks here are like, yeah, let's say that nobody climbed them because it's forbidden in many of these areas. So imagine that. Okay, 30,000 feet, I guess. Speed on manage now. Seatbelts off. Alright, let's accelerate. Wow. Yeah, I wanted to check that mountain there. If we could get... And look how big it is, this stuff. I mean, it's enormous, of course. We are just on the edge of it. And below, after it, there is a big desert. Look at this stuff. So we are just on the edge of it, and after all Tibet, let's say the high altitude part of Tibet, we have the big desert here. So we definitely have to do a flight. We can take off from Lhasa and cross all this stuff and maybe land somewhere there. This is where we went with the... I don't know, but... Yeah, maybe, yeah. I guess it's a pretty long stuff to do. Yeah, it's probably very long. With an F-14. Something really exotic. Okay. Yeah, because there's not much... there is not airport at all. In the middle, maybe there is something, maybe somewhere. Pretty rare to see. So, for example, now we're going direct to Romeo Kilo Zulu. At Romeo Kilo Zulu, there is an airport which is in use in real life. Also for commercial aviation, there are some flights going there, even from Nepal. But in the sim, we don't have charts because there is no airport in Navigraph. But actually, there is the airport, but yeah, we don't have any charts. And I don't even know if it's present on the sim, but whatever. If we don't have the procedure, we can't fly a place, of course. This is a big limit. Look at that mountain. Very cool. We are far from it, so the shape is a little bit smooth, but it's very interesting. Wow. So I'm gonna let you with this nice view because I have to turn the meat on the oven. Let me see if I can find a proper... Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna be back in 1 minute. All right. Okay. So I guess it's time to go direct to Nonim. Yeah, let's go. Nonim. All right. Let's go to Everest. Wow, we have a lot of headwind. Look at this, 86 knots. Super windy. Usually it's not that much in this area. Not today. Wow. Look at that. These are roads. There are some buildings. Wow. Imagine people living. If someone is living here or just doing some season probably. And that, as you can see appearing in front of us, that's Himalaya. And probably that's already Everest. I don't know still. But yeah, that's where we are going. Fair enough. Wow. Oh my god. Okay, there's a traffic on Kathmandu. Wow. KLM 455 787-10 going to Amsterdam. I guess it's the default one. Really, really brave guy. Look at that. From Paro. I mean, amazing place in the world for aviation. Incredible airport. Look at this. I mean, you have Lhasa here, Paro here, Kathmandu. What a place for aviation. They are all very interesting airports, of course. Wow. Okay, continue climb. This is off, right? Yeah. And retract. And again, as always, if you have any question, feel free to ask. 1000 to go. Vertical speed, 1000 feet per minute. Let's level off. Gently. Okay, so basically, yeah, in 170 miles, we're gonna have Everest at our right. So what we can do now, well, we have to schedule the approach, of course, because Kathmandu is always very, very interesting place. I guess they changed something in the cabin sound. It's so loud now. You can really hear the packs working. Kathmandu still minimum VFR condition, which is good. Wow, 88. Yeah, we're really unlucky with the headwind today. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, probably in real life here you would already be able to see Everest. I guess Everest is this. For what I remember, this is the valley we're gonna cross into. This is the Mount Makalu, which is 28,000 feet, and this is Everest instead. And of course, as soon as we got closer and closer, the resolution is gonna get higher. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice view of it. Wow, I love this mountain, by the way. That is... oh wow, what a name. Noijin Kangsang. Oh, really hard to pronounce. Completely wrong, of course. So yeah, I guess we can check now. I mean, this is a little bit of a transition part, so let's check the arrival procedure now. And so then we don't have to spend time watching the pad here. Really fast. Kimchi 1 Golf arrival, which is not even shown in my... okay, Kimchi 1 Golf here. Okay. Last waypoint, Igris. Approach. I guess LMP Zulu. Let me see this. No. So we're gonna end up being at Igris. Okay, via Igris. Yeah, it's the classical turn over the city. Yeah, this is again. I told you, Lhasa to Kathmandu is way more interesting than Kathmandu to Lhasa. That's one of the reasons. Of course, the approach in Kathmandu is way more interesting than the approach in Lhasa, and on the contrary, the departure from Lhasa is way more interesting than the departure from Kathmandu. Today we're gonna shoot this tremendous stuff, which we already did actually. It's an RMP AR. We're able to do it. We're gonna follow our nav path until we have the runway inside actually. 7,500, speed 165, and then entering this final incredible turn and land runway 02. This is something we already did even in the middle of a storm, so I don't think we're gonna have any problem. I'm not gonna spend any more time about that. So I'm kind of doubting now because straight line here. No, yeah, but this is shouldn't be that Everest. It's always hard when you're far. But that instead should be Kanchehuga. Names. Okay, let's import the arrival. So will be the RMP Yankee. Select approach. Yeah. Arrival is Kimchi 1 Golf. Kimchi 1 Golf via Igris. Yeah. Insert. Alright. Okay. 165, 7,500. Yeah, that looks pretty fine. Alright. So we do have everything that we need. At Nonim, we are gonna descend flight level 360, of course, because we are gonna enter Nepal, so we're gonna enter normal flight level. Let's say normal, back to normal aviation. We have to monitor these two traffic coming from Paro. We are almost, I don't think we're gonna get there before us because we are almost in a, let's say, vertical from Paro now. From here is the same destination. So Paro is around there. Meter at Kathmandu at the moment we do have wind is calm 3 knots, few cloud 1,500, scattered cloud 3,000, broken clouds 10,000, no storm, no rain report. So it's just cloudy. It's fine. I mean, not really, but wow, look at the strong headwind we are having today. Very strong. This is gonna, of course, increase our time flying. But yeah, it's fine. So yeah, we have to monitor them for the next 5 minutes, then it will be impossible for them to overtake us. Look at this guy. This is a cool flight. Yeah, the point is that Kathmandu is not that far from Europe, actually. So if you want to do a long haul during night, which is the classical stuff that I do for long haul, I like to do like 12-hour flights. And I guess Kathmandu is, I don't know. So Zurich to Hong Kong, it's around 11 hours. Hong Kong, so I guess, it's 9 hours maybe, 9 hours and a half, 8 hours and a half, yeah, on that range. Yeah. I saw the plate turning. I thought we have a strong wind reduction, but not really for now. And now we have Himalaya inside. So the prominence of Everest is not that great as, for example, this mountain here. Everest is that one. It's gonna get higher, of course, than this when we get closer. But it's kind of hide behind other mountains. I mean, China side is not really, but yeah, we do have this stuff in front from this direction. Yeah, 79er knots. Yeah, it's always incredible to me to look below here, for example, and start seeing buildings, roads. We are very far from Lhasa already, by cars in particular. We're probably around, I don't know. This is 300 nautical miles. Yeah, we are around 200 kilometers in a straight line, so maybe 250, 300 kilometers from Lhasa. And you can still see roads, still see buildings. Incredible. Thinking that people live here. It's really, really hard to believe, to be honest. So the thing I want to do later is from Nonim go direct to Kimchi, or let's maybe wait a little bit and then go direct to Kimchi to have a nice view of Mount Everest. We will see. It's the classical cut that I do when I enter Nepal. Okay, these two traffic are still on ground. At this point I think, oh wow. It's Paro Day here, and they are all European. From England. Yeah, I think they are just friends doing D flight. And this plane here, I remind you, today we are using a Track Air plane. The airline doesn't do this flight, so we're kind of simulating a leasing. We are flying with Himalayan 755 call sign, which is the real airline that does it. And the reason is that we don't have we don't have Himalayan airline livery for the Fenix V3 version, at least. So yeah, but I really like. I never do this. I mean, I never simulate flight without the correct livery. I do it just with this exception because I really love this flight. So I think it's incredible. So yeah, why not? It's kind of surprising also to me that Fenix doesn't provide the Himalayan airline livery by themselves. There are some on flightsim.io, but I wasn't really able to install them, and they were published before the last big update of the Fenix, so I don't really trust that. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, all this stuff for saying that this plane will go to Paro. So the next flight we're gonna do with this plane will be Kathmandu to Paro, which, as if you don't know, I don't think you don't know, but just as a reminder, Paro is one of the most difficult approach in the world. It really is. I did it sometimes, 4 or 5 times. It's really, really difficult. You have a very, very small range of error there. So it's getting also a little bit cloudy. I mean, we do have a cloud in front of us, actually. It's not really getting cloudy for the moment. Okay. Oh yeah, for the rest, let's continue straight 1,000 nautical miles from Nonim, which is the border. I remind you, it's the border between Tibet, as consequence China, and Nepal. We still have the 7487 here. We still have 3 A319 coming from Paro. They still have to take off. But we're almost there. Yeah, a little bit of cloudy now. I remind you also that recently I installed, finally, I decided to install FSLTL on 2024, even if it's not officially released. I have it from 2020 since years. I wasn't really trusting it due to performance, but I installed it. I went to Frankfurt with 50 traffic on ground. It was pretty okay, so yeah, let's go. Finally, we do have proper liveries, proper traffic dimension, in particular. Was quite annoying having A380 looking like an Embraer. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think the 78 will be there when we get to Kathmandu. Wow. From Boston. It's pretty busy on Paro now. So Drakair 400, which is Royal Bhutan 400, is the real call sign they use in real life, for what I remember. But yeah. Okay. So we're very close now to Himalaya. This is Himalaya, of course, already. Look at that. For example, that is, let's see if I'm able to tell you. So it's this direction, should be, I still believe it's Yeah, I still believe it's Kangchehunga. Yeah, I don't see any other possibility, to be honest. Yeah, should be. Okay, now I guess we do see Everest. Should be that. Is never the closest to the valley. Is the second one. So big peak here. The one after. So that one is Everest. And it's very close. I mean, you can't imagine how close Everest is to Kathmandu, actually. Let's say in an aviation point of view, of course. Yeah, look at this, by the way. Still incredible. Look at those color. Okay, we're kind of reducing wind. We have 10 knots of, I mean, less wind than before, at least. Okay. Now it's gonna get pretty interesting. Yeah, it's a little bit cloud. We have this layer of cloud, quite kind of annoying. Top of the sand is there, so we want to go from Nonim direct to Kimti, or let's say extend a little bit after Nonim and then go direct to Kimti to not be too much close to Himalaya. Yeah. And we will start descent. Yeah, after the direct, basically. Look at this lake. This is lake. Yeah, I don't know why Navigraph is so hard to get some proper names. Okay. You have your name. Oh my god. The 7.8, okay, the 7.8 is still on stand. Are we full of, wait a sec. No, okay. Alright, let's go back here. Yeah, we definitely have a little bit of annoying cloud layer. I mean, cloud layer that is like blocking our view on Everest. Look at that, by the way. That fan. Debris fan here. Wow. Pretty cool view on that mountain. Yeah, we're still pretty far. I mean, we are basically 100 miles from Everest. Little less. Look at this, by the way. Look at this view. So Tibet here, Himalaya, and behind you can already see, look at the horizon. It's right there. So that's already the lowland of Bangladesh, I guess, is there. India. Yeah, in India side is a little bit cloudy. But yeah, look at this view. Oh, I mean, it's like a rock. No, it's like a... It's a big fall, of course. Like a... It's a waterfall, it's a rocky fall, let's say. Actually, rock fall doesn't exist. Is a geological event. But yeah, from the Tibet plateau into Himalaya, into the lowlands, and then there is the Indian Ocean. Incredible place. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's Mount Everest, which is not really properly loaded still. Will be not, I mean, fully resolution, because we're not gonna be close enough. Let's give a check still. So our friend here are still on ground. Okay, and also the 7.8. And this is the valley I was talking about. Look at the path. This is a real flight plan. So of course they used to, even if they are pretty high, you never be pretty high in this area, of course. But you're gonna try to cross Himalaya into a valley. That's obvious, for in case of emergency or anything, you have more space. That's very obvious. And Everest is 29,000 feet high, so it's never too high, let's say. Come on. Load. So this is the other one, which Yeah, I repeat 10 times, but no, it's Makalu. It's easiest. No, it's Makalu, which is 28, almost 28,000 feet. So it's not low at all. I mean, it's just 1,200 feet of difference from Everest. That's pretty cool, though. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, look at this fan. Enormous. Imagine the water. I mean, how much? I mean, the water entering those rivers here and going to China. Oh, they go to China. I don't think they go to China, actually. Maybe yes. Not an expert in this. It would be cool to investigate. I mean, oh wow, look at that. That road. Crazy. My god, what a place. What a place. Come on. We want to see the highest peak. This looks very, very. I mean, it looks higher, of course, now. Yeah, here is loading a little bit. We're getting there. We are 40 miles from Nonim. Oh, okay. Little bit. Okay, it's loading now. You can see the loading line here. Still not fully, of course. Alright. Yeah, almost. That's Everest. And that's lots. Ice collar. Yeah, lots. Yeah, you can clearly see Everest shape. It's pretty hard to identify because the Everest have a very high peak close to him, which is the same, let's say, system. Yeah, Everest peak and Lhot's peak. Still not loaded, of course. And this is Makalu. And this is the... Wow. Very cool view. The unpronounceable... Wow. I have to check also the status of Skardu. We never went to Skardu in live. It's an incredible, of course, airport. Karakorum there is the airport you use to go into K2. But the point is that flying to Skardu, you will pass very close, actually over Nanga Parbat. It's very cool as well. Yeah, going direct from Nonim is kind of a killer choice. It's really, really interesting, of course, but really dangerous. Okay, I don't care. 28 miles and we are in Nepal. Okay, everyone, I mean, nobody's flying still. This guy's online since we went. He disconnected for a second, but then he came back, so... I mean, it's preparing a long goal. So it can take time, of course. Wow, what a place. And we are officially entering the Himalaya area. With the snow below us. Look at that. That's pretty cool, but I'm not gonna pronounce it again because it's so bad to pronounce. So after we see Everest, I remind you we're gonna land in Kathmandu with a very, very interesting approach. We're gonna do a turn over the city, RMP AR approach, turning over the city and landing runway 02 in Kathmandu. Kathmandu situation is pretty calm at the moment. We are the only arrival. We have of course this Ford traffic from Paro, but unless we go around, they will not be a problem for us. The condition in Kathmandu is few cloud 1500, scatter 3000, broken 10,000. Long story short, it's cloudy. It's minimum BFR condition. Yeah. Really cool pic. Wow. Look at those. Glacier. Lake. I mean, can be loaded better than this, of course. It will be. So I'm very tempted to go direct to Kimchi. Wow. Yeah, for example, look at the resolution below us. Yeah, that's obvious. The closest you get to the mountains, the best. They're gonna show. I remind you that I did in Friday a live stream, which is here in the channel, about the best terrain area in the sim, at least that I met, which is Western Alps between France and Italy. Extremely high resolution. Far, I mean, this stuff is not even close. Yeah, would be better for a MSFS in the future. Yeah, again, this is not really MSFS. Let's say responsibility. It's due to the quality of the data that they have to generate a DTM digital terrain model. Everest is under clouds now. But is that? Okay. Okay, now we're gonna. I think we can just go direct. I mean, it's gonna be kind of a criminal stuff to do again. But yeah, let's go direct to Kimchi, so we're gonna have a better view. Okay. All right. Yeah, they don't do it. I mean, of course, they don't do this in real life. Not even need to mention. Okay, let's descend flight level 360 now. Because as you can see, we are going very close to extremely high mountains here. But we are in a sim. Terrain on. So we don't really care. Oh, why? What? Why is this? Oh, look at this. Wow. I select vertical speed minus 100 feet. We were at flight level 361 and the plane didn't stop. That's very interesting. Okay, climb them. Very interesting what just happened. And there we have a nice view on Everest now. That's it. Yeah. This mountain here doesn't really look that lower, but again, this Mount Makalu, it's just 1,200 more or less feet lower than Everest itself. So it's basically some hundreds of meter. That's why that looks so high. Lots. Okay, lots is higher. Not that much. Wow. So that's it. Okay, let's go back to climb. We're gonna descend 21,000 feet pretty soon. On the top of descent, of course. Look at that. Oh my god. Yeah, as you can see, it's not a super resolution, of course, as we have, I show you on Friday. Yeah, it's still incredible. I mean, look at this place. We're so close, by the way. That's Mount Everest. Lukla is, I guess, in this valley here. You can see this. We have to go to Lukla one day as well. Hello? Yeah, I already went to Lukla with a caravan. By myself. It's of course an incredible flight. Lukla is very, very, very challenging. And also it's not that easy to find information about how they do it in real life, because it's a VFR flight, Kathmandu to Lukla. So yeah, you don't have any reference, you don't have any procedure, it's all VFR. So yeah. And unfortunately the Twin Otter is not that great to use. I mean, to risk it in a flight like that. Wow. Now you can really see the high of Everest. So Everest, Lhotse, Makalu, right here below us. What a flight. Oh my god. And we are 15 miles from top of this sand. Look where we are. Oh my god. Yeah, we are fine, I mean. We are going out of Himalaya now. Let me see something, one sec. Descent speed 0.77, 266. Okay. 270 maybe. We do have to descend, I guess. No. Okay, let's check a little bit the passenger view. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I can't say imagine being on this flight in real life, because again they don't go that close. But yeah, in real life they have yeah, real life mountains, so it's way different from now. You're gonna have an incredible view on Everest anyway. Wow, look at those peaks in front of us as well. Really interesting stuff. Look at that. Imagine you're flying here, you turn your head and you have Everest right there. Okay. Alright, we need to descend. Let's go. Okay, 1000 feet per minute initially. Zooming. Oh, it's going here. Okay, the KLM just departed. Wow, we do have 5 traffic on Kathmandu. Wow, A321 from Paro. That's really challenging. Okay. Yeah, still there. What? It's getting cloudy. I don't know if we will be able to see Lukla. So that's Everest. Well, it's pretty hard to spot. Why is the next? Oh wow, we're gonna overfly it actually. Oh wow, it's right below us, I guess. No, still okay. It's not in this valley. In the next one, but yeah, it's right here. We're gonna pass right over it. So yeah, we're not gonna really be able to spot. Okay, let me descend flight level 170. Let's initiate our focus on the approach now. Yeah, I know. And we need to do the landing destination data. Destination data. I don't know why I said landing. 1002 on the QNH. Temperature Kathmandu 17 degrees. Wind is 1303 knots. All right. And the barometric minima, of course, this is a non-precision approach. It's 4620 feet, which is just 300 feet above ground, so it's a pretty good minima. Okay, we need to descend. 2000 feet per minute. Speed on me. Yeah. Out of the manage. So Lukla, we were talking about Lukla. In Lukla is right here. Oh yeah, look at the runway. This is the airport. This is the runway of Lukla. Well, yeah, we need to go there one day as well. Okay, we really need to descend. Speed on me. Oops. Okay, 1670. Open descent. Okay, let's go down. Oh, it's incredible that nobody's taking off still. They are there from a while now. Maybe they're waiting each other before to go. Okay. Yeah, we need to use some speed brake for sure. Looks like we are super high to me. Okay, let's see now. It's adjusting. Alright. So Kathmandu, it's not that long, the runway. It's a 3,100 meter runway. It's nothing incredible, to be honest. Given the fact of the position, yeah, we're. So at Kimti, according to this, flight level 252. Okay, we're not that high on the vertical path, honestly. But be aware of the vertical path of the Phoenix, because sometimes it's really wrong. 60 miles, we have to do all the turning, yeah, but we are 30,000 feet. I don't know. Let's continue descent for now. Like this. Yeah, what I don't really like of the A320 is that fact that you don't have a reference of how higher you are from the vertical path or lower, as you do have in the A350, for example, or A380. Or you have in the Boeing, the 747, in the 73 NG. So it's incredible, this to me. I don't think, even in the Neo, I'm not sure, because we don't have a... Well, we do have the FS Lab, which I don't have. A321 Neo. I don't know if in the Neo they do have a indication, like an absolute indication, not just a relative one. But yeah, let's continue like that. So we should have been 25,000 feet. So we can assume when we cross Kimti, we can calculate how higher we are from the vertical path. As you can see, flight level 252. Still 4 miles to go, by the way. And as always, if you have any question, feel free to ask. Okay, run. Oh, they're departing. One disconnect, one took off. They are departing in this direction? Wow. It's very strange. What? Yeah, I wanted to check too, but that's usually you don't depart from that runway. So yeah, we are around 1,500 feet higher than the vertical path. Yeah, let me do this quick check. Paro. Departure, last departure. Just this flight for Siliguri. What is this? Ah, this is a flight we can do maybe. Ah, this is. Oh wow, we don't have the. Look at the transponder track. Interesting flight, by the way. It's very short. The A319. Ah, this is interesting. Bangkok. 2 hours and a half. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Usually when oh wow, they're all taking off to the, because this is the, let's say, the hardest side. Wait, well, I don't actually know, to be honest. Yeah, but usually I take off from the, to the north. Whatever. Okay, I can close the real flight now. Yeah, we can check another flight, but yeah, I don't know if we have, if we do have the. This is an ATR. Okay, ATR doesn't count. All right, let's focus here. So into the next waypoint, Kilo Tango 600. We should be at flight level 184. 14 miles still to go. Yeah, we're not that high, to be honest. Yeah, of course, we do have speed brakes if we need. It's getting cloudy. Minimum VFR condition at Kathmandu. We expect, yeah, not a great visibility for sure until 3,000 feet ground, which means until 7,000 feet, more or less. No, maybe even less. It's not that high, Kathmandu. Well, not that low as well. Okay, zoom in. Yeah, we need also to slow down at some point. Now we're descending flight level 170, but we can descend even more. Flight level 124. Oops. 124. No. What? Ah, yeah, I pressed VNav. Okay, this 124. Okay. There we go. Terrain is on. Okay, we are just, yeah, I guess we are recovering. So it was 1,500 feet over Kimti. 183. We are 213 now, so we are 2,000 feet above now, but we still have 6 miles to go. So I guess we are recovering. And that's Kathmandu Plateau already, I guess. Yeah, probably. Okay, 30 miles, yeah, that's definitely Kathmandu Plateau. Okay. And the KLM disconnect. That makes sense. I mean, that's the same thing I do. I take off. When I do long haul, I take off, then I disconnect. Yeah, I reconnect at destination. And I go to sleep. Yeah, but that case was... I don't know, because I could be Italian or Argentinian as well. The name was... I should have checked the base airports. Okay, we are over the waypoint, 1,500 feet now. Yeah, we are 1,000 feet over the vertical path at the moment, more or less. So we are recovering. Okay, 1,000 feet now, so we definitely are recovering. We can descend. We should have slowed down at 250 knots. I'm not gonna slow down for now. I'm gonna recover the vertical path and then I will slow down. Okay. Terrain on. Look at this. We have a little bit of fog into the valley. So again, basically we're gonna enter the city area, we're gonna do a big turn over it. You can see it already here. That's it, big turn over the city area and then land. We're gonna see the runway at the very end of the approach. But it's an approach that I already did. We actually did it once, from Paro to here, with a huge storm. It's very interesting. The plane is pretty light. It's an A319. We are plenty of runway. We do have 747 landing here, so yeah. Just in case we float, anything like that, we have space to do it. Also, I saw a video. I saw a couple of real life videos. I will start doing it probably. I saw an approach with a Pilatus 24. That the pilot was approaching very low compared to the Puppy. So they do this. It's not the first time I see it, to be honest. So they do approach very low in real life sometime. And I want us to start doing it as well, because yeah, like he touched down right at the initial part of the runway, so it was starting flaring basically without even having the runway below it. Incredible. Okay, slowing down, 250 knots. Okay, we should be at okay, Igris here. We should be at yeah, wow, we're 2,000 feet higher now. Okay, speed brakes, it's time. Oh wow, look at this. We're missing satellite data here. Oh boy. Okay, speed brake. Descending 7,900. Come on. Okay. Let's go down now. Yeah, we'll have also to fully configure it before Kilo Tango 550. Okay, let's go down because looks like we're very high. Okay, pressure is 1022. Okay, 1022. Oh wow, it's the same that we had in Lhasa. That doesn't really look promising to me. Okay, we're recovering a bit, but yeah, I don't like it at all. Maximum braking. Yeah, we have to slow down. I don't think we're gonna make it. This is the classical Phoenix problem that all of a sudden you are extreme. Look at that, 3,000 feet higher than the path. How was possible? We were 1,000 and now we are 3,000 feet above it. No, I don't think we're gonna make it at all. Look at the vertical deviation. Oof, we're super fast as well. Oh my god, every single time the vertical path is a total disaster. No, it's impossible. We have to go around. Yeah. We are too fast, that's the point. We can recover, of course, but we are too fast then. 11,000 feet now, we are 5 miles from the approach. I'm gonna hit approach, but yeah. Okay, go around the altitude. 10,050. No, we're not gonna make it. Impossible. Kilo Tango 550, we should be at 7,500 and 165 knots of speed. Maybe we can do a turn over here. We're very fast though. Yeah, it will be very unorthodox. But yeah, let's do it. Speed on manage. Yeah, I have visual contact with the terrain. Yeah, because otherwise I have also traffic behind me, so let's just do a turn over the city. We have visual with the terrain. Okay, now we were very close to the path, to be honest, so let's just do it like this. This is kind of a classical. Many times we have so much problem with the vertical path in the Phoenix. Okay, heading select. So we're gonna do a turn and then go direct to Kilo Tango 550. And then do the turn again. Maybe we can go direct already. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, direct. Okay. Alright. Oh, look at that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Alright. Speed check. Oops. Okay, speed brake in. Speed on manage. Vertical deviation is there. 7,500 feet. Go around, it's 10,500. And let's go with a nice speed check. Flaps 1. Alright. Okay. Flaps 1 set. So Kilo Tango 550 is there. We're gonna continue turning. We are right over the airport there. It's, yeah, you can see it. There we go. Yeah. This is definitely not what you are supposed to do here. But yeah, you do have controller, you know, in real life. You can't miss the vertical path like that. It also is way more precise in real life. That's even way more important. But anyway, 7,500 feet, current altitude set. Speed is 195 knots. We are quite fast still. And speed check. Flaps 2. Look at this place though. Incredible. Landing in Kathmandu with this procedure especially. AirNav Yankee runway 02 is really cool. And speed check. Now wait a sec. Okay, approach. Armed. Approach is armed. Let's see if it does intercept. We are pretty fine with the speed now. Vertical deviation. Alive. Let's say. Okay. After interception, we will go gear down. All right. On the turn and final approach, descending. Okay, speed check. Wow. Gear down. Alright, wow, what a view. Okay, let's go. Running turn off, landing lights. Okay. Speed check. Flaps free. Wow, what an approach.
Terrain ahead. Pull
Disregard.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Of course. That's totally normal. Yeah, I would know because you have a GPWS in warning here. Of course, today we have visual with the terrain, but yeah, even if it was zero visibility, we are still over the minima. So we are still above the minima. So maybe they do have a special procedure here. All right, speed check, flaps full. Flaps full. Okay. Right. Runway is there. We should be able to see the runway already.
Terrain ahead.
Yeah. Look at this hill. Okay, I don't see the runway for now.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Disregard.
Terrain ahead.
I'm not
Pull
sure. Last
up.
time we did this approach was like
Terrain
that.
ahead. Pull up. Terrain.
Maybe I
Pull
turn off
up.
the GPWS.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
I will not turn it off now.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Yeah, also in the Pilatus video I saw, there was also a GPWS warning like that. But again, he just said, okay, I'm visual with the terrain. Disregard, let's go. Okay, like now we are kind of in a base path. Yeah, we're still 1,000 feet above the minimum. I don't see the runway because I don't know where it is at the moment. Go around, altitude set. Alright, let's go. Let's give the last check. Look at this approach. Amazing. Let's go. Autopilot off. My plane. Alright, we should see the runway appearing right in front of us pretty soon. I guess it's right behind the edge at this point. Okay. Okay, I see the runway. It's right here. Okay, going visual at this point. Wait a sec, I forgot this. Okay, this is our auto brake armed. Alright.
100 above. 400.
Wind from the left. Continue.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 7. 5.
Touchdown reverse. Alright. Reversing. Manual braking. Wow. It's very cool every time. Welcome back to Kathmandu. Look, Himalaya there. Alright, flight director off. Alright, slow down. Yeah, we're definitely plenty of runway. Look at that. Landing lights off. Runway turn off. And strobe off. Let's go out, get out of here. APU starting immediately. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go to the right. Alright. Yeah, we can park wherever we want. Terrain off. APU starting. What? There is a plane. It's a caravan. Oh yeah, you just connect, I guess. Victor, it's going to Lukla. Wow. Oh wow, it's taking off from the opposite runway from us. Am I in Unicum? Yeah, I'm in Unicum. Yeah, I didn't know that it was online, to be honest. Very interesting is using... I guess it's pretty wrong that runway to use. Okay, my bad because I didn't talk. You should have talked now, saying line up and take off. Yeah, I didn't know there was a traffic on ground. Let me see, I'm pretty sure that it's... Okay, it's 02 active in Kathmandu, right? Ah, no, wow. Great. There was a runway change. For the... wow, I don't know for landing. Yeah, we were the... I were the clown today on VATSIM. Landing from the non-active runway without talking. Again, I don't know.
Traffic.
Okay, yeah, never mind. It's taking off. Yeah, this is the flight I want to do. Let me see this because... Okay, arrival. Arrival. Kathmandu. Arrivals. The last arrival was an A320. Playback. Oh no, I landed 02. Okay. No. Okay, the runway was correct. Yeah, I don't even know if there are approach for the... yeah, there is an approach for runway 20. But yeah. Okay. But yeah. That guy took off from 20, which is fine, and we land on 02, which is fine as well, because what's happening in real life. Okay, APU running. I guess I did all the flight without the beacon. Very interesting. But whatever. Whatever. Deboard. Doors. Instead, we don't care about those stuff. Transponder off. If we do it properly, it's better. APU off. Fuel pump. Alright, let's go outside. Alright. So here we are, incredible flight again, one of the best flights in the world in my opinion. I really suggested you to study and do Kathmandu, sorry, Lhasa-Kathmandu or Kathmandu Lhasa as well, is very cool. Yeah, I didn't check the landing rate. Okay, oh, it's very fine considering the approach. So yeah, if you want more of this, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, tomorrow, if I'm able to do all my stuff in time, I will fly the 777 probably. We have a nice 777 here in Vietnam, and they do a flight to Hong Kong, so maybe this flight can be suitable for us. But yeah, other than that, again, don't forget to subscribe, whatever. And I wish you a nice evening. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next.